Okay, so today we're going to work on fractions, so I need eyes and ears up here. Our standard today was adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. We used recipes because we've worked with recipes in the past when we worked with like fractions. So it was naturally to go into using recipes again and changing the scenario a little bit for them. Okay, here are my 2 cookies I want to make for this weekend. I want to make 1 batch of chocolate chip and I want to make 1 batch of oatmeal. But before I start cooking these cookies, what do I need to know? Kids love to cook. They help mom and dad at home, and it's something they can relate to and something that they know they can use. And if I do a lesson where my students, they'll ask me, how are we going to use this in the real world? So anytime that there's something like recipes or something that I know that they will use, I bring it into the lesson, and then they can go home and they can help mom with the food shopping. They can figure out if they have enough ingredients of something in the refrigerator to make whatever they need to make. So it actually does help them in real life with cooking and other real life applications. And then from there we went ahead and modeled the fractions for them. Okay. Watch what happens. See the lines over here? Yeah. I'm going to take these horizontal lines and I'm going to put them over here. Watch what happens. I have more sections now, don't I? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to take these vertical lines here, and I'm going to put them over here. So I'm going to put 2 vertical lines. Turn and talk to your partner. What do you notice about my new models?
I think she joined the lines to make more sections. So really what she did was multiply the denominators to get a bigger number and to turn both of the denominators to like denominators. She made the denominators the same number.
The students, with their partnerships, they learn off of each other so much. So if a student doesn't get it one way, they can be taught a different method. And the one thing I really stress to my students, just because you didn't solve it the way someone else solved it, doesn't mean that your thinking's wrong. People think differently. So if one method doesn't work for you, we usually try a different method and see if that method works for them.
So the denominator has to be 12 because 3 and 4 both fit into 12.
Good connection. So we're going to go back to that, okay? So hold on to that thought. It's really important that we go over that. My one student experimented on his own to see if he drew the models differently, would it still come up? And I thought that was a great example for the whole class. You know, he was showing his thinking was a little outside the box, experimenting to see if it would work. But that was a great example that student did to show everyone else that even though he did it differently, it still worked. Their thinking's just amazing. And I don't think it's too hard for them. I think you have high expectations for them. You apply it to real world situations. The students can do it. But I think it's just presenting it in the right format to them, giving them scenarios and problem situations where they can solve it and apply it to real life. But they're able, they can do it, and I know that they can do it. But it's just presenting it and giving them the time to practice it and giving them time to talk with partners about it.
The equivalent of fractions.
And then you can see the model and then you can count how many parts are shaded.
And you can add them and it equals the right answer.
Or you could like add them all into one. Then you just count how many whole squares are in the hole and that's your denominator.
They're all capable of doing it. I have 2 non-English speakers in my room that were doing this today. And they amaze me every single day. Math is the universal language, and they can definitely do this. All the grades are building upon what the students learned the previous years. So if the students, they go through 4th grade before they come up to me, and they have this solid foundation of skills before they come to me, we just continually build on top of that. And I can look back at my standards and see this is what they've learned in 4th grade, and I can look at my standards and see this is where they're going for 6th grade. So I need to prepare them for 6th grade too. But the standards are helpful because I look back to 4th grade, I know what information they should have come up with, and I know where they need to get to going into 6th grade. So that's a job of my 5th grade as being a 5th grade teacher. I not only build upon, but I get them ready for what they're going to learn next year.
Then with the numbers, the fractions that we added, it became an improper fraction.
Yeah, I just not noticed that too.
We're going to have to convert the improper fraction into a mixed number. So then we could get an answer, because 10 is greater than 8.
Yeah.
I like how the progression is from year after year, and I think the high expectations are fantastic. And I think we should hold our students for high accountability and high expectations.
We can do this, Lord!